Grandpa Joe here from Grandpa Joe's Closet with another My Collections video. In this video will be my Hall of Fame binder card collection. This is the 5th video in this series of Hall of Fame cards that are in my binders. In the last video we ended in 2008 talking about Goose Gossage primarily. Now we're on to the class of 2009, which in the class of 2009 had base stealer Rickey Henderson, Red Sox Jim Rice, and Joe Gordon. Start off with Jim Rice. Played most of, if not all of his career with Boston. One more Jim Rice there. Move on to Rickey Henderson, who played most of his career with the A's and the Yankees. Primarily noted from his days with Oakland A's. Rickey being Rickey. Funny stuff. More Rickey Henderson. There we got Rickey Henderson there with Darryl Strawberry. There he is on the Toronto Blue Jays. Those cards are kind of neat, those don't blink cards. And some more Rickey Henderson. There's another multi-exposure card there. Got Rickey needed some clothes on. You need some clothes there. Love those. Love those. Move on to the class of 2010, which included Andre Dawson, Whitey Herzog, and Doug Harvey. I think Doug Harvey was an umpire. Here with Andre Dawson. Actually, rewind that. It was starting with Whitey Herzog, manager of the Cardinals, managed the Royals. Now we go on to Andre Dawson. Boy, I remember when he got traded to the Cubs. Being a Cubs fan during that time, having that big bat come in there, that really helped out Ryne Sandberg's career. Having somebody hitting right around there, so they had to pitch to Sandberg because they didn't want to pitch to Dawson. Played for the Expos and the Cubs. More Andre Dawson. More Andre Dawson. The Hawk. Another multi-exposure card. Fielding one. Most of them are batting ones and such. I remember him being big and lanky and hit that ball. Move on to class of 2011, which had Roberto Alomar, Bert Blyleven, and Pat Gillick. Pat Gillick was made in as an executive. Here we go with some Bert Blyleven. Again, multi-exposure card. Twins and Angels. There's some more Blyleven. That doubles of that one in there. Still gotta polish it up a little bit in here. We got some Roberto Alomar with the Padres, Blue Jays. There he is with Sandy Alomar Jr., his brother. We got Joe Carter with him, I believe. And there's Sandy Alomar Jr. and Sandy Alomar Sr. there with him in that one. Another rated rookie there. There he is with the Mets. Oh, there's a duplicate of that card. So let's fix that here later. Next one, we would come up to the class of 2012, which had Barry Larkin, Ron Santo. Barry Larkin was a very good defensive shortstop, just like Ozzie Smith. There's Bobby Bonilla with him in that card there. That's a pretty neat card right there. Spanish career with the Cincinnati Reds. Got Ron Santo. Pictured in this card here with Willie McCovey and Billy Williams. Go 2013. I don't have anybody from 2013. You got Deacon White, Jacob Ruppert, and Hank O'Day. So we'll move on to 2014. 2014 was a big year. With some first ballot Hall of Famers and Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, Frank Thomas. Adding some managers to the mix was Joe Torre, Bobby Cox, and Tony La Russa. Here we go. We'll start with the Big Hurt. There he is pictured with another, he should be in the Hall of Fame. Fred McGriff just fell off the ballot. Hopefully the Veterans Committee doesn't get that one wrong. He deserves to be there. Hologram card there is pretty neat. Spent most of his career at the Chicago White Sox. The majority of it. There's a Frank Thomas score rookie there. Big Hurt, good ball player. Good hit for average, definitely. Started putting up some power numbers there from time to time, but mostly, you know, had a really good batting average throughout his career. Career average of 301. 520 home runs, not bad. Move on to a really, really nice pitcher. Another one of those ones that I could possibly be in my fantasy starting lineup alongside Sandy Koufax, Clemens, Nolan Ryan. Max was a crafty pitcher. Never overpowering. He can get you out. Played for the Cubs and the Braves primarily. I think he had a little stint with the San Diego Padres as well. There we go. San Diego Padres, Dodgers. Look up a copy there. Probably still be pitching today. There's a multi-exposure there. Moving to his counterpart in Atlanta, Tom Glavine. Spent most of his career with the Braves. The Mets there. Here's a picture. Here's one with him with Blackjack McDowell and John Burkett. Moving right along. Two more Tom Glavines. Here we got the managers I was speaking about. You got La Russa. Up there with Leland. Jim Leland. He should be, very well could be in the Hall of Fame. Wouldn't complain. Lou Piniella could be in the Hall of Fame. Got Joe Torre. Joe Torre there, and Joe Torre is a player there. Bobby Cox spent most of his time with the Braves. Oh, there's some more La Russa there as well. We got doubles in there. Need to get that taken care of. And we'll move on to 2015, which included Randy Johnson, Pedro Martinez, John Smoltz, Craig Biggio. Yeah, right there, there's three more that could have been in that rotation. Johnson started his career with the Montreal Expos. Most well known for his time with Seattle, I would say. He also pitched for Arizona and the Yankees very briefly. There's the Yankees there, Diamondbacks there, and the multi-exposure card up there. One of the best pitchers I've ever seen live, right there with Pedro Martinez. Seen him one hit the Royals one time at Kauffman Stadium. And lights out. Got John Smoltz. Is that John Smoltz? Is that John Smoltz? John Smoltz? Ah, Tom Glavine. Goofed that one up, huh? I put him as a reliever rather than a starter. More John Smoltz. Craig Biggio. See, I don't know about Craig Biggio being a Hall of Famer. Catcher, second baseman. To me, it's kind of a stretch. There's other players that deserve it more, I believe, than Craig Biggio. Coming into 2016 with the kid and Piazza. Ken Griffey Jr. Remember him and his dad, Ken Griffey, both playing on the same team for a brief period of time. There he is with another person who should be in the Hall of Fame. Probably the best player I've ever watched. 7-time MVP or something like that, Barry Bonds. Boy, he was good. More Ken Griffey Jr. with the Looney Tunes folks, and more of those Looney Tunes. And then a few more Griffies here. There's another multi-exposure card. You haven't heard me say it yet, I love those multi-exposure cards. And we'll move on to Mr. Mike Piazza. Good hitting catcher. Very good hitting catcher. The Padres, most notably known with the Dodgers and the Mets. And back of that card, another Hall of Famer, Ivan Rodriguez. But I like Piazza better. Move on to 2017 with Bagwell, Tim Raines, Ivan Rodriguez, John Schuerholz, and Bud Selig. Start with Jeff Bagwell. Again, Bagwell was pretty good. I guess if you have to put somebody in from the Astros, he would be one of them. Never really thought of him as an elite player throughout his career. Decent, but not elite. Kind of his counterpart, Biggio. Mr. Tim Rock Raines. Definitely shouldn't have taken him so long to get in the Hall of Fame. Playing his career with the Expos. White Sox. Some more Tim Raines. Right there. Again, to Don't Blink, he was another good base runner. Move on to Ivan Rodriguez. Don't have a lot of pudge either. There he is with Fernando Rodney in his time with Detroit. There he is with Maglio Ordonez. Maglio should be in the Hall of Fame, I think. He was just as good, if not better than some of these guys. We move on to 2018. 2018 we had Chipper Jones, Vlad, Tommy, Trevor Hoffman, along with Jack Morris and Alan Trammell. Tommy, he had a lot of home runs. I didn't ever think he was that elite. Hoffman was dominant for a couple of years. Vlad lost up in Montreal. And Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones was pretty decent. And we'll start off with him there. There's a prospect card with several other players on that one. Some more Chipper Jones. Okay. Chipper Jones is in, why not Andrew Jones? He was just as good. Fred McGriff. There's more Chipper Jones. More Chipper Jones. Maybe he's in because people like saying Chipper Jones. Moving along, we've got Vladimir Guerrero. There he is with Josh Hamilton. Moving on to Jim Thome. There he is with Ryan Klesko. Trevor Hoffman. A lot of saves with that guy. He was pretty nails for several years. You got Jack Morris. I remember watching him. He was pretty dominant in the 80s, early 90s. And Alan Trammell, which is one that the Veterans Committee did get right. He should have been long before he got in. Playing with the Detroit Tigers. And then we'll come to the last the last class to get in, which is 2018 class, which included Mariano Rivera with that 100% of the vote that I don't agree with. Edgar Martinez, Roy Halladay, which I don't remember him being that great, being solid but not that great, and Mike Mussina, Lee Smith, and Harold Baines as well from the Veterans Committee. Start off with Mariano Rivera. Not a big Yankees fan, so I don't have very many of his cards yet. Edgar Martinez, very good designated hitter, primarily. Come over here, and then we got the Mike Mussina. Roy Halladay. Got Lee Smith. Played for a lot of teams, primarily the Chicago Cubs. There he is with the Red Sox and the Cardinals. There he is pictured with Eckersley. Here's the Yankees. Orioles. He got around. Harold Baines, which people have given him a lot of real hard time since he was inducted, but he's just as deserving as some of them older players from older days. There's a rookie card there. Playing for the Rangers and the White Sox. Primarily remember with the White Sox. We played the A's and the Orioles as well. He was just consistent. And then moving on from there, class of 2020, unknown yet. One of them will be Derek Jeter, who is again consistent over several years. Well, that is part 5 out of this Hall of Fame binder series. Got one more video to go with that, which will be future Hall of Famers, people who I think should be in the Hall of Fame already with Major League Baseball. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments below. Subscribe if you like what you see. Give me a big thumbs up. Share with your friends. And until next time, Grandpa Joe signing out.